So yesterday I rewatched Juicebox's guide to footsies. I just felt like I needed to go back to the basics to kind of get over the slump I was in that we talked about a few videos ago. And it worked wonders. I actually rewatched the whole thing, played yesterday, and I immediately went on like a 10-win streak. I just needed to be reminded of all those things that I had kind of forgotten or pushed to the back of my mind. And there's a few select things that I think aren't very hard to implement that change your game so drastically that I want to remind myself of by just talking about it, but also kind of share with you guys. Hey, but before we do, I want to hit 5,000 subs by June, so if you end up enjoying this video or any of the ones that you might have seen on this channel in the past, please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks so much. If you haven't seen the video, if you haven't seen Juicebox's explanation of footsies, I suggest you go watch that. But one of the major themes, if you haven't watched it or it's been a while, is that you need to play neutral predictively. And that might sound really vague at first, but I have some really good examples of what I'm talking about. You just need to know that when the opponent is walking forward, you have to think about what button are they going to press, as they're approaching me. Because usually when somebody's walking forward at you, it's to get into range to press a button. And what range do I need to be at to make it whiff? That's the basis of all. And then when you really get their tempo down, or if it's a big button like Chun-Li's Stand Fierce and they're just going to keep trying to start it up, you can even stuff it with a button, right? You can counter hit it and catch him, beat him to the punch, basically. But that's enough explanation. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is the third game of a set I was playing in ranked, and I'm already down a round. So that's the situation we're in. I kind of have a little bit of a read on this player, but there's certain things that I can't really pick up on yet. He's going to do round start slide, which is a very weird option, right? I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say it was a misinput, but even on hit, sometimes that move can be negative at that range. Here, I'm going to do a little tick throw. And now I'm looking for Stand Fierce, because every time I've gotten him in the corner and we're standing at this range, he presses Stand Fierce, and sometimes I get hit and he goes into EX Spiral or Heavy Spiral. So that's the button I'm looking for, because I think he's going to walk forward and press it, or press it from here. He might think it's going to hit. And there it is. I'm going to whiff punish it. I'm going to do my best to keep him in this corner. And now we're about the same situation. See, he's pressing a lot of Stand Fierce. I make it whiff, and I'm in again. He jumps out. That's fine. I didn't cross cut. Wasn't ready for it. But at this range, again, I'm looking for that Stand Fierce. I'm looking for that little scarf to come out. You see, I'm giving up a lot of space, though. That's the other issue with this, is if you're only looking to whiff punish a button, they're just going to keep walking forward. If they realize it, if they realize you're waiting for them to whiff a button, they'll just keep walking forward, and the button will never come, and you'll just keep giving up space. You have to realize that, and eventually you'll realize it, and you'll have to start sticking out buttons. I'm looking for Stand Fierce still. There it is. I whiff punish it, and now we're in. And he's in a pretty bad position. And I'm pretty sure I just win this round from here. We'll just finish it out. We've gotten this far. Stand Fierce connects there. He whiffs again. Of course, I was looking for the Stand Fierce there, but that button whiffing is so reactable that I was just able to whiff punish it on reaction. I didn't have to predict that one. And sometimes you'll realize that there is spacings where you can cover a bunch of different buttons, right? Because I'm standing at a range where I want Stand Fierce to whiff, but back heavy kick whiff there from the same range. So that's something else you can think about. And sometimes you have to lab that kind of stuff. Third round, I just won, but I have another game that I think gives a much better example. There's not too much to show from this game, but there's one thing that I think is pretty prevalent that you'll notice in your games that I want to share with you. So at round start here, what I'm thinking is, it's Kage, right? I don't know him as a player yet. We've never played or anything. So all I'm thinking is a lot of Kage players like to walk up and do that little punch move where he sticks his fist out straight and then it can go into a target combo. And some of them like to do it on round start. So if he walks forward, that's the button I'm going to plan to whip punch. That's the button I'm going to space around until he shows me otherwise. Maybe he likes using stand medium kick. Some Kages like using that too, which I think is a much better poke. There it is. Immediately. I knew it was coming, and I spaced myself accordingly. And if you notice, I didn't even have to move very much. I almost just stayed in the same exact spot. I was just ready to whiff punish it. A lot of Kage players like whiffing that button. And I'll even show you the next round. Oh. I don't know how spectator works. I think I have to play it. There we go. So, again, I'm looking for him to walk up and do the same exact thing, because it might be the only way that he knows how to get in, and it might be his favorite poke or something. There it is. Immediately, again. You don't have to, it's not that deep, right? If you know they're going to use a certain button or a certain option over and over again, just space accordingly to whiff punish it. And the worst thing you can do is whiff your whiff punish, and then they whiff punish you, right? And then you know, hey, this guy is paying attention, and I can't just sort of do that little autopilot thing that I want to do. I'm pretty sure this game goes like the Rose one, right? I just win. There, I didn't even see the button coming, but it's whatever. I'm looking. See, he's still doing it, right? I expect him not to, but he is still doing it. Here, I would punish with crouch medium kick too, because the range is just really good, and it's also a good whip punish. I like using stand heavy punch more, though, because the priority system makes it to where if they whiff like a medium button and I hit with the stand heavy punch, it'll just crush it, and then I win. Priority system is really weird in this game. So for this game, Zangief versus Cammy, I don't really like this matchup too much. I don't know if she wins it or loses it, but you die really fast if you mess up. The good thing is, though, that stand medium kick can really keep him out and make him have to take a lot of risk. As you see here, he's mid-air because I pressed stand medium kick. And then I think he tried to press something when he landed, or he tried to do something empty jump. But this matchup in particular, the strategy of standing at a certain range for him to whiff becomes a little bit harder because the button of choice for a lot of Zangief players is going to be crouch jab and stand medium punch, like you saw right there. And those buttons are super hard to whiff punish. So in this matchup, I want to let me go back for a second. I want to space around that little jumping knee move he does. That one right there. I want to space around this move, and I also want to space around stand fierce. Stand fierce, you don't have to try as hard because it's so long of a startup, and Cammy's walk speed is so fast. You can probably just walk out of range of it, and you can whiff punish it that way. This is the move that I'm kind of looking for, and you see it right there. I got a little got a little brave. Tried to do tick throw, didn't really work out. Spacing was wrong. You see right there, I whip punished the button that I was looking for again, but I didn't get a huge punish, and that's okay. I just deterred him from continuing to walk forward, and I got a tiny bit of damage. It's okay. Not every whip punish has to be like super big damage. You just want to put it in their head that you're looking for it, and you will stop them from doing it. But yeah, I hope that gave you a little bit of example of what I learned and like kind of what I was talking about and trying to help you guys understand, as well as myself, right? Making these videos and talking about the things that you learn and then trying to teach them to other people is a way of kind of teaching yourself as well. So if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, and I'll talk to you again soon.